All right, all right, all right. Let there be light. Good morning. How y'all doing, man? Uh, Beautiful day today. It's cloudy, but it's all right. You know, um, got a lot to do today. It's a fun day today. Um, I got my Townsend gear on. Every time I go see my son at school once a month, I go throw my gear on. So I gotta come at y'all with the Townsend drip. You know what I'm saying? And go Tigers. That's where my son is studying at. So me and his brother gonna and the fam, we gonna go up there and meet we're gonna meet his little his young lady friend, he got a girlfriend. And I done seen her a few times. Every time I FaceTime him, she's always around. And I be like, who's that? Why you always around that girl when I call you? And he laughing like, what you talking about? Like, boy, you so damn secretive, you and your brother. But yeah, but we're gonna go up there and get acquainted because I done seen her and actually I done met her twice. When they left for spring, no, for the winter break, she was helping him with his bag. So I was like, oh, okay. I knew something was, it was more than you just hanging out. She was helping them with bags, and I was like, she was holding them down at the end of the day. And then he waited till I got in the car and he hugged her, probably got a little kiss or whatever. So it's all good. I'm telling my son nowadays, with all these camera phones and video and pictures and stuff. If you want to be free, be free. If you want to be bunned up, be bunned up. It's okay. You young in your life, and you know, I honestly advise nobody to settle down early because you don't know what you're gonna miss. But if that ain't your forte, then don't sweat it. Enjoy the fact that somebody wanna love you and care for you and have your back. And then you want to extend that to them. Um, but that just wasn't working for me in my early days. And I'm gonna keep it 100. Coming from the hood, being deprived, you didn't have a lot of nothing. So therefore, my friends that I saw that had, a little money, their families had nice cars and stuff. I just felt like if you wasn't in that light, that nobody really wanted to for real kick it with you. So I think my journey of becoming, if you will, a player and having multiple ladies on the roster, it was just really a brick wall up to not get close to nobody for them to find me out that I didn't have nothing. You know, um, it's a term, fake it till you make it. So a lot of us was doing a lot of that. You know, I just felt like, I always stayed well groomed. I was fly, you know. So when you saw me, you assumed I had a little something or my family had a little something, but we was broke as a joke. You feel me? And but we knew how to work with what we had. We were survivors. We knew how to maneuver. We knew how to use our resources to our advantages. And so I just felt like, then I had three little sisters, siblings, and I'm the oldest boy and the only boy. So therefore, I felt like I had kids already. So The last thing I wanted to do was be bunned up, and like all my friends have kids in their 20s, and when they were 20, when we was 20, and then uh what happened was uh 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 I had my first son at 31 when my friends had kids in their 20s. So their kids are probably late 20s and early 30s now because we're in our 50s. So my son 18, you know, and his brother is 23. Chris is 23. Yeah. From my first marriage, my wife had a son already. So we don't do the step daughter, step son, and we family. If we together, we family at the end of the day. So with that being said, I got a daughter now. I'm a granddaddy. It's all love. But you know, so I just like to promote both sides of the coin, and then you decide what's best for you at the end of the day. But it was a reason why I never got close to people until I got my money up. Cause I never liked rejection or somebody playing me because or trying to play me because, you know, you know, people are brutal at the end of the day. When you don't have, they talk about you the butt of all the jokes, and I wasn't going out like that. You know what I'm saying? Uh, I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna be no basket case sitting in the house doing nothing. So I'm gonna go out here in this world and I'm gonna live. And again, I tell people I was around the movers and the shakers. And the getting money individuals, and I was an athlete, so I always went to school. I had a little job where I had money in my pocket. And again, because I was fearless when I came around people with just my personality and my character, you know, I became popular because I was fearless when we were out. A lot of people are shy, and they reserve from exerting themselves, and I am assertive. If a certain had a face, it'd be me, because this is what I do. I love the conversation. So anywhere we went, I stepped to everybody, and I'm in the mix. I'm finding out who's who, and now I'm in the thick of things with everybody, and everybody, like, I just became a popular dude because I'm around the it people, you know what I'm saying? And so folks will call me. And a lot of people don't like, basically folks like my wife now, and guys at work or people at work. When I tell them, folks used to call me on the weekend and be like, Dave, where you at? I know you going to some spots, and honestly, I had 3 to 5 parties to go to every weekend. So I didn't know, uh being a party goer, that's what we called it. You was actually a socialite or socialite, you know, depending on where you at in the world. That's how that word is pronounced, socialite or socialite. So, and I ain't realized the many schools that I was going to, attending, the friends I was coming in contact with, and even in the workforce. I work around a lot of diverse cultures and whatnot. So I'm always in the thick of things, and ain't nothing changed with me. You know what I'm saying? Now, what I did, you know, in my day being out and about in the world, I could come to you on YouTube and do the same thing. Tell you my stories, my interactions, my experiences, and I'm gonna keep it G rated, you know what I'm saying? Because I got some explicit stories as well, you know. you know, and so it is what it is, man. It is what it is, I'm just happy that I have a platform that I can share, and I love looking at everybody else content, and it's like, everybody got a story. So I done heard a quote and a saying that people are history and history is people, and without people there is no history. Everybody has history of things they doing, things they done, or things you want to do. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, let's get into the feature. The Supreme Court new justice. I'm claiming that she gonna get that spot. They already know she gonna get it. You feel me? They already know. You know what I'm saying? So I'm claiming it. Ketanji Brown Jackson. Congratulations. You're a Black History 2022. Longtime lawyer, public lawyer, public defender, and she doing her thing. And she from Florida, and she come from a law enforcement background, and she even admitted that one of her uncles was in the life, and he doing a life sentence. He was I'm reading between the lines. He probably was a dope boy out here on the Florida streets getting his money, and that was his lifestyle, and it led him to behind bars doing a life sentence. And then what was funny, not funny, but what make it so, interesting about her story, she was on the panel that gave him the life sentence, as a judge, not a judge, but a lawyer at that time. I'm assuming, so let's get a look at the video that I recorded. So think about it. We have in 2022, we have a female uh, black vice president, that's from an HBCU, from Howard University, HU, you know what I'm saying? I tell people how I spent a lot of time up there, Howard, like I was a student there because it's in DC. One of my boys, his cousin actually attended, and we was up there hanging out with him. And you would have thought we were students up there. We was up there so much the 4 years that he was there. So that was like I want to say like from you know uh 87 to 90, something like that, and so when folks see me now, they recognize me because we was at all the frat parties and everything, and so I never pledged no fraternity, but whenever we was at any one of them parties, I had their gear on. So I was a alpha if I was at your party. I was a Q if I was at your party, whatever. We went to everything. And, we had the gear on, like I got on Townsend now. I'm part of the Townsend family. My son is studying there, and I'm paying for him to go there. So, yeah, I'm rocking the drip. You feel me? And, you know, it is what it is, man. I embrace and immerse myself into anywhere I go and around anybody that I'm around. I get the full experience of it. And I remember a Q party we was at up Howard on one of the dorms, and then the first Q party that I ever went to, them dudes was in there hollering all night. One dude came in there at midnight, and I think he was the head Q or something, and uh the DJ was on the stage, and the dude came from the door, and they got out the way. It was crazy. It was like one of the movies you watch, one of them frat movies, like Stomp the Yard and Big Brother Almighty. He come through. He had the long Morpheus trench coat on with one of them wasn't a cow. It might have been a cowboy hat, and and so he took the coat off and threw it in the crowd. He had on the muscle shirt, dark skinned brother, big dude too. Looked like he played football. And this dude got the hoo, 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 hoo. I was like, the whole party got the sounding like dogs up in that joint. I was like, these motherfuckers crazy. I swear to God, look, they did that for like 10 minutes. Till that dude got from the back until he got up on stage. And if you seen the movie called The Warriors, and he got up there, can you dig it? I was like, I fell out laughing, but them jokers, I'm telling you, all the frats know how to party. This was like, I felt like I was in college at the time, even though actually I was at UDC, when I attended. I attended 2 semesters, a whole year. And so I was in college around that time hanging up there. But see, UDC at the time didn't have dorms like they do now. So it was crazy. And they had the kegs. The first time I saw the kegs, and if you didn't have on no Q gear, you couldn't get a cup and get beer. You had to get up under there and let the beer hit you all in the face, and like you a dog, getting water from the faucet. It was crazy. Them dudes was a fool, you know what I'm saying? And I was loving every minute of it. I was like, these Bama's off the chain. And I'm gonna tell you why I really didn't pledge for no fraternity, because of the hazing. I'm too cool to be doing all the bullshit that they be doing. All that you getting beat by a paddle and all that. Ain't nobody doing that to me. I'm too much of a G for that. So I wouldn't have been a good fit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Hey, Lane Pollard. Okay, thank you for joining me. Can you subscribe? Thank you for joining in. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's what's up. Got my first gas in tonight, or this morning rather, and yeah, all right. Okay, let's get into the video, Miss Jackson, Supreme Court Justice Jackson, and I'm honored that you know, the first female Supreme Court justice that will be of color, I mean black, is this lady right here. So let's play the audio. All right. I got some analysts that was talking about what it means to uh, be nominated and selected, and I wonder did I get that? I'm sure I did. Some analysts was talking about what it means for her to get this nomination. I need to find it because it's some good commentary. And oh, here you go. They was interviewing Eleanor Holmes Norton, and she said that Miss Justice Brown grew up here in this area at some point. You know, she uh went to school here. John Gwen, thank you for joining in. Thank you. If I could ask you to subscribe, I really appreciate it. Thank you much. And thank you for joining us this morning. And yeah, so she already got it. She already got it. And like I was saying, it's just an awesome feeling in 2022 to excuse me, to see a black woman vice president. So you know what's coming next. A woman will soon be president, and word on the street, they want that woman to be Hillary Clinton because she's running in 2024 because Trump gonna be running, and word on the street is that Biden don't even want to run again. He he really don't want to get elected because he this is his fourth time around to run for president, if I'm not mistaken, and he completed the goal. He understood the mission, and he succeeded and completed the mission to get nominated and become president. So he really don't care about being a second term president. He got the presidency, and he cool with that. He's an accomplished man in his life. He's a granddaddy, a husband, and he just want to ride off in the sunset at this point. So again, they already having talks about this, and they want a strong candidate, a Democrat candidate, to get in there to succeed him and to keep Trump on the wayside. Uh, they really campaigning for Hillary to run and for Hillary to be the first woman president, and therefore it'll be history in itself for a husband and wife to hold the presidency. And if it's going to happen, it's going to happen right now. You know what I'm saying? So We gonna call Hillary the comeback lady. Every time she lose, she coming right back. So that's somebody that's determined, and she got all the skills. She was more skilled than Trump, President Trump, and yeah, we can talk about the war a little bit, man, because I haven't seen nobody on YouTube talking about it. So let's get into it a little bit. Um, what do you think about what's going on? Is it right? Is it wrong or what? I mean, it's just like, and then I saw something about India. India is going through a civil war or something going on over there. I didn't, so it's like, I guess if you're not part of the NATO alliance, then we're not sticking our neck out for you. So Ukraine's supposed to be an ally because I was told when President Bush Sr. was president, Ukraine handed over nukes to us to give us more firepower. And I think Russia was upset with that. The way it was explained to me, like my son explained it to me, he was like, Ukraine is neutral, but they neighbors with Russia. So Russia want them to be part of their landscape, and they want to be neutral. They want to be of their own republic, a sovereign country. And uh, NATO, the president, I'm sorry, the Ukraine president, from what I'm understanding, if I'm understanding it right, they think that no, Russia is thinking, and maybe the Ukraine is thinking about joining NATO to be to have protection, to have alliances, and they don't necessarily want to be part of Russia, even though they right next door. So, so I say, what that got to do with Russia? Russia, like, well, you're a threat if you're not an ally to us, and you right next door. So my son was putting it to me like, okay, think of Mexico. Mexico is the border get that gets you into the United States. So suppose Russia wanna make Mexico an ally, and they arm them with guns and the military and all that. We can't let that go. So